CTI Industries is a technical service company that specializes in steam condenser and heat exchanger repair. In 1976, CTI developed a tube repair technique that today is recognized as the most widely used cost-effective system in the world. CTI headquarters is located in Orange, Connecticut, with branch offices in California, the United Kingdom, and the United Arab Emirates, and has representation in most other parts of the world. This has allowed CTI to gain acceptance in over 45 countries and has been recognized by major industries such as electric power, oil refining, chemical and petrochemical, and the vast international marine market. Tube sleeving of heat exchangers was first introduced with the development of the CTI Shield Seal, a thin-walled metallic tube insert designed to restore damaged tube ends. Years later, CTI developed and introduced the CTI full-length tube liner, intended for those units suffering damage throughout the length of the tubes. Tube end erosion corrosion is the most common cause of tube failure and includes problems such as inlet end erosion, stress corrosion cracking, crevice corrosion, and tube OD damage. CTI shields repair these failures and eliminate the need for replacing the entire tube, fixing the problem where the damage occurs. Besides the obvious huge money savings on material, there is the reduced labor, equipment, and costs associated with downtime. For large steam condensers, water boxes remain in place and workers gain access through the manways, eliminating another major task required for retubing. Companies can save up to 90% of the cost of retubing and provide years of equipment life extension. Material selection is critical, and CTI is able to provide sleeves in many different alloys. The choice is typically a superior but compatible alloy to that of the original tubes. This will increase the erosion corrosion resistance, yet maintain galvanic compatibility. Long lengths of thin-walled tubing are shipped to CTI's facility for manufacturing. Shields are cut to length and deburred. One end is pre-flared, while the opposite end receives an ID chamfer. Our precise fabrication procedures ensure compliance with the quality control specification. Prior to the installation, tubes are thoroughly cleaned. Tube ends are then wire brushed to the length of the shield and blown clear. Tube ID measurements are taken to determine expansion requirements, and the shields are inserted into each tube end. The flared end is expanded to a torque setting by use of a conventional tube expander. The downstream expansion is controlled with a mechanical stop. The last step is the final flare of the shields, so they conform to the tube-to-tube sheet profile. In the case of high-pressure units, or those containing an online tube cleaning system, shields can be expanded their full length by use of CTI's hybrid expansion technique. Once calibrated, the mandrel is inserted into the shield and the hydraulic pump engaged, expanding the shield into the existing tube. This method works in conjunction with the mechanical expansion at each end, which is accomplished on all shield installations. CTI has also developed a full-length tube liner for those heat exchangers with tubes suffering full-length problems. Once the tube IDs have been thoroughly cleaned, thin-walled alloy liners are installed into the damaged tubes. A sealing chuck that is connected to the CTI hydraulic liner pump is attached to one end, while a bleed chuck is attached to the opposite end. The liner is filled with water, the air released, and the pump is engaged. When the expansion process is completed, the pressure is allowed to dwell and the chucks removed. Liner ends are cut and trimmed flush to the tube sheet, then roller expanded at each end, completing the repair. CTI's innovative sleeving techniques have been solving erosion corrosion problems for over 35 years. The cost-effective solution and benefits of installing sleeves while reducing downtime adds years of trouble-free operation to your exchangers without the costly expense of having to replace entire tubes. CTI, proven solutions to old problems. For more information, visit us on the web at cti-ind.com.